11 minutes past 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning. It is time for Standout with Mr. Patrick. So how exactly are we standing out this morning? Well, you and I are about to find out. Mr. Patrick is here. Good morning, Mr. Patrick.
Good morning.
How you
Father
doing?
of one.
There are people that would claim that I'm a father of many nations.
Of many nations. Or
So
father of two.
it is safe to claim that I'm a father of nations. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very well.
How's your week
Sammy,
been?
are you dwelling in goodness?
Yes, Mr. Patrick. If I tell you how many times you've asked me this particular question.
I like to know.
Yeah, but again, don't you at some point think, he's going to give me the same answer?
Yeah, but just to make sure that you're in alignment.
Yes, I am.
And that consistency.
Oh my goodness. You have not tasted goodness the way I've tasted it. I am so dwelling, flourishing, flowing in goodness.
Yeah. So, are you in delight or duty?
Okay, this one is a different question. I have to think. Delight or duty?
Yes.
Do you have to choose one?
Yeah, you have to choose one.
Can't you have both? Can't you be delightful in duty?
So in the menu of life, or when you go to a restaurant, you have many options. You have to choose what you want to.
Yes, but you can say, Madam, mix egusi with you can blend.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that is actually when you test it. You know whether it's contrasts bring you back into alignment.
Okay.
So sometimes we need to get into the duty in order to align back into delight.
Wonderful. I like that one. It sounds like what I would be. So let's talk about the menu.
Yeah, the menu. Sammy, we're a creator of life.
Okay.
You create your reality. And whether you're suffering, whether you're enjoying, it's your reality.
Sure.
Okay, so menu is a list of available options, especially as displayed on a screen. We are either masters of life or slaves to our individual choices. I like the way the writer of Romans put it in Romans chapter 6:16. Don't you realize the grace frees you to choose your own master? But choose carefully, for you surrender yourself to become a servant bound to the one who you choose to obey. If you choose to love disobedience, it will become your master, and it will own you and reward you with that. But if you choose to love and obey God, He will lead you into a perfect righteousness. And like the way they penned it down in Deuteronomy 30:15, verse 16, it said, "Look at what I have done for you today. I have placed in front of you life and good. So I placed in you love, I placed in you wellness, I placed in you prosperity. There's also evil, despair, discouragement, disengagement. And I command you today, love your God. Walk in His way, keep His commandment, regulation, and you will live, really live in exuberance, blessed by God, your God, in the land that you're about to enter." And it comes down by Psalm. The Psalm advisor says, "Hear the Lord saying, I will stay close to you, instructing you and guiding you along the path for your life. I will advise you along the way and lead you forth with my eyes as your guide." So don't make it difficult. Don't be stubborn. When I take you where you've not been before, don't tug me or pull you along. Just come with me. Who directs your life is key. Who empowers your life is key. Who energizes your life is very key. Or whatever governs you will control your impulse that influences your choice making. So I said, is it word that influences you or experiences that influences you?
I think both.
So do an experiment. When word influences you, how you feel. When experience influences you, how you feel. Do that for consistently and see what expression and experience that comes with it.
Okay.
I am created. I like the word to influence me. rather than my experience. Because my experience may, most of the time, except is in goodness, may create a different bad experience.
Okay.
So if I hate my job or hate my city, I will continue to create, it will continue to influence and create more.
It's multiply it. Yeah.
It multiplies.
True.
Yeah. So what is in the life menu? Let's look at what is in the life menu. Duty or delight. Wrong thinking to wrong living. Or right thinking to right living. Blaming, complaining, continuous complaining. Or responsibility, empowerment, wellness, and growth. They're in the menu. You still have ignorance to suffering and struggling. Or you have knowledge to enlightenment, to satisfaction and betterment. Or it's either you be and becoming and have, or you're wanting and longing. And a lot of us are on wanting and longing for more in comparison. It's either you improving to get better. It's either you are living in joyfulness and beauty and woman attractive. Now, majority of us live in sadness, in bitterness, in depression, in discouragement, in despair, and disengagement. Or you're choosing a default life that you're uninvolving, you're becoming reactive, you're controlled. Or you have chosen designed life, so you're mindful, and you have meaning, you have purpose, you're doing life, and you're enjoying the life in freedom. Or you are unforgiving, and unforgiving get you stuck to the object, and that thing you have not forgive will master you, will control you. So the guy hurt you, or the lady hurt you, or the job, your boss hurt you, you keep recycling it, you are stuck with that man. You're giving that man so much to control you. Or you can be peaceful, zest, healing, comfort. Then it's either you are living an abundant life, a joyful life, a happy life, a satisfied life, an unconditional wholeness. I choose unconditional wholeness. Even when you are ill, you can be whole. Even when you're ill, even when you lack, you can be whole. Even when things are not in alignment to your will, you can be whole. And that's why we're saying there's what they call the life DD. The life DD will mention that. What's the life DD? So DD means the first D is despair. This implies complete loss of hope, to become overcome by sense of futility or defeat. The feeling that there's no hope, that you can do nothing to improve a difficult or troubling situation, that brings you hopelessness, unhappiness, gloom, and pain. Despair is the opposite of dignity, and one major source of despair is entitlement. Entitlement. Expecting life to offer you your desire rather than offering a connection of your value expression. Go and check people who complain a lot. It's based on entitlement. Sammy, let's prove it, right? If I come in here, I'm always giving you, and I don't depend on you to give me, right? My feeling of wholeness and your connection. If I'm open and say you're supposed to give me, always give me. Why? You're working here. You have money. You have salary.
Yeah, but what if what I'm complaining about is, let's say, for example, there's a job you're supposed to do, and you don't do it well. And I'm the one supervising, or I'm the one you're rendering the service to. And I complain about that. How do we connect that? You don't need to
complain. Why are you complaining?
Yeah, that's what a complaint is for, to express dissatisfaction.
Okay, so express is a better word than complain. When you're using words, check how you feel. And that's the same thing that will create you and create the other person. Each time you're using a particular word, the connection to that word is a feeling. Check the feeling. And that feeling is apparently what you're transferring to the other person. But I like the word when you say expression. You see, it's a different thing. That's why I say, come, let us reason together. Don't come with your need. Okay, so unempowered self, feeling of not being good enough, unwanted. Despair comes in, is rooted, unwanted, unloved, unsaved, betrayed by life's offer. You're always like what life is doing you. And so mention of sadness sets in and gathers so much momentum and begets more sad experience. That's why you have social orders. Despair is also the feeling of bitterness, regret, ruminating over mistake, feeling that life is wasted, feeling unproductive, hopelessness, decrease in life satisfaction. But let's look at it to dignity. This is the being valuable and worthy of respect. Mark the word valuable and worthy of respect. It is the sense of one's own importance and value and other people's respect. You'll become poised and self-respect. It is also calm, serious, and controlled behavior. Dignity requires only service and value. We earn our fulfillment by serving others and creating value. Dignity means that one needs to be needed. Dignity means that one needs to be needed. Once you stop, people that say they are depressed means that they have nobody that depend on them. If you know that your child depends on you and you can still fight life, it's difficult for you to give to that depression.
Really?
It's difficult.
What if the people depending on you is the source of the depression?
Now you are the one creating them. Because how do I know? What you are going through is common to all men.
Are you sure?
It's all common to all men. It's not new.
Some situations are unique.
No, that uniqueness, go and check. Somebody has gone through that and came out good. Perspective, will focus, and your source perspective is key, central key. That's why I say, is it experience that is creating you or what is creating you?
Okay.
So, dignity means accomplishment. Dignity empowers and uplifts others. This because the basis of healthy cooperation makes relationship easier by making good boundaries. Dignity makes it easier to be kind to ourselves and to others. Dignity is the bridge of healthy interpersonal bridge. It has light, relaxed quality that makes it easy to be authentic and intentional. Human beings have transcendent worth and value that come from God. This is dignity, not based on any human quality, legal mandate, or individual merit or accomplishment. Knowing and loving makes the difference. You can choose to have dignity instead of despair. So, let's measure how this works. To choose life, 4 things are key. 1, love for faith. That means love for divinity.
Okay.
Love for divinity. The more you love God, the more you find life. How you deal with these 5 cardinals is very key. Your wellness, your worthiness, your true life, your happiness is a function of your love for the divine. Because abundance is rooted in the divine. And your undivided attention to God, if you choose that, will determine whether you'll be in despair or whether you'll be in dignity. Your self-love, this is the unconditional acceptance of who you are, even in that sick bed.
Unconditional.
Unconditional.
Irrespective.
Status, position. That's why human being, 4th thing, transcend. You cannot define yourself by where you live, by what you wear, by even the illness or what is happening. No, you are bigger than those things. Don't forget, it's a greater is he that is in you. That is in you. That is happening. Your inner self knows this. Your inner what? Unconditional acceptance of you and where you are now. Number 3, love for family. Love for people that has ties with you. Don't break and should never intend to breaking it. Family contains fascinating personalities. Family helps you to see where you're coming from and where you're going. Choose family and be an abundant lover of family. Number 3, love for friends. This is voluntary-based love relationship. Friends provide you the feeling of acceptance and expression. It's a gift of life. It brings goodness and support and inspiration. And love for purpose. Service of our service to humanity is what connects us to a higher life. To have purpose, you need sacrifice and pain. I call it the human upliftment. Each time you are in the mood to uplift life, you have chosen life. And despair is connected to losing life. And what does that mean? When you lose life, people's life, you're apparently losing yourself. So why we're saying, rightly choose life, rightly love God, rightly love self, rightly love family, rightly love friends, rightly be in purpose and service, and rightly do it.
Okay. The menu. We're either masters of life or slaves to our individual choices. We are creators of life. Are you influenced by the word or experience? What is in the life menu? Duty or delight? Ignorance to suffering and struggling? Of course, many other options followed. He went on to say many people live in sadness, bitterness, depression, and all forms of negativity. The life DD, despair and dignity. Despair is a complete loss of hope, and one major source of despair is entitlement. Dignity is being valued and worthy of respect. It means that one needs to be needed. It empowers and uplifts others, and it is not based on human quality. To choose life, you must have love for faith, self-love, love for family, love for friends, and love for purpose. Interesting. I agree with every part of this, but as always, I have a question. Are you influenced by the word or experience? What word? Whose word?
Your source word. That's why I say love for divinity. Now, there was a day there was hopelessness around me. And my perspective, my source perspective told me, let nothing terrify you. Let nothing make you afraid. I am with you. I will help you. I will strengthen you. Instantly, my life...
That's ease.
Ease.
Now, you've said many times that your source is God.
My source is God.
For those who do not share that sentiment, what happens to them?
They have a source. There must be something empowering them. Sammy, there's always something. Man is not just man. There's a source. There's something higher. You know there's something higher. How come when they are in despair, at some point, they will ask that source, why?
We know there's something higher. Do we always know what that something is?
You find out. And it's the duty of a man to find out. Because you have been empowered.
Interesting.
I say something, Sammy. When you're experiencing something is empowering that experience.
True.
Go beyond the surface and check in. And that's why I don't want to be in source. For instance, if I'm in Christ and I experience something that Christ can offer.
Okay. Wonderful. What's happening with Standout?
Sunday mentorship. Exactly 5:30.
That's tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Where's it happening?
Number 4 Adobo Road, Oventier Road.
Wonderful. All right. For those who want to connect with Standout, how can they do that?
www.soistandard.com is so rich. It's really, really rich with new content. So you can visit there, or you can connect with me 08033411451. 08033411451.
Thank you, Mr. Patrick.
Thank you, Sammy.
Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Coming up